So today I'm looking at the BOLDR Odyssey Bronze, which is a bronze diver watch. I'll let you know both what I think of the watch and also what I think of bronze as a material for waking watches. And in this case, it's not just the case that's in bronze, it's also the bezel, the crown and the strap buckle. So I'm just going to start by looking at the case. And so to start with, this is bronze. Bronze is getting much more common now, so lots of the watch manufacturers are making bronze watches. Particularly for diver watches, it's really good for a diver watch because bronze is high resistance to corrosion from salt water, and I think also it's got the nice vintage sort of appearance. And again, one thing about bronze is the patina. So over time, it does sort of, as it's exposed to elements, it does change colour, gets that sort of darker, even goes more sort of, over time will go more sort of greeny looking. And what happens is it will, from things like sweat of your hands and, the environment you're in, if you're diving and going in salt water and that sort of thing. So if you notice here, look, like the crown, because you're obviously operating the crown, you can see that's patinaed more. The bezel, as you turn the bezel, and as you put it on and off, the parts that are sort of touched by your fingers, sort of the dampness of your fingers, are more patina. So it becomes more personalised, which I think is one reason people like bronze watches. The case itself is 45.5 millimeters diameter. It's 16.8 thickness, but that does also include the double domed crystal, which is a sapphire crystal. And as you can see, again, that gives it the nice vintagey appearance, which I think goes nicely with the bronze. The lug-to-lug length is 52 millimeters, so they are relatively short on top of that diameter. So again, it does kind of reduce the overall size because 45.5 is quite big. And between the lug distance is 22 millimeters, so that is your strap size. So you can see, as well as the actual main case being bronze, the bezel itself is in bronze and the bezel insert, so that's completely bronze. And then the crown is also bronze, but you can see the helium escape valve isn't bronze, so that you can see where that one is. And if we turn over again, the back is not bronze; that's in steel. The case back itself has got the artwork which BOLDR have used on a couple of their dive watches, which is the kraken. It's a symbol of the mysterious deep. And it's also got the number. So it's a limited edition. So these start from number 1, go to 100. So it will say it's number X out of 100. So just a little bit more detail here why this is a true diver's watch. So this is the helium. It's got the helium escape valve. So that once you are diving quite deep, it allows the helium molecules to escape, stop the buildup of pressure. It is 500 meter water resistance, and also the crown, the screw down crown, is a treble lock, and that means it's got 3 seals in there, which are, and you can see there, you can see one of them. So that does come out a long way, goes in, and there's 3 O-ring gaskets, which, as that's screwed in tight, so you must always screw that in tight before you do go into water, and they ensure that is completely sealed from the water. So looking from the front, you can see that nice sweep of the second hand, which indicates there's an automatic movement. And in this one, they've got the SII NH35, which is an excellent, reliable workhorse movement. And you can see the hour markers are like solid blocks, and that is Lumicast, which is a combination of ceramic and Swiss Super-LumiNova. And they are just literally solid loom. So we'll have a look at a loom shop a little bit later, and you'll just see, they're just like they'll just glow really, really, really brightly, which is again ideal for a diver watch. So, this is really good, true diver watch with lots of really good features. I think the brown dial color is a really good choice. I think with the sort of the bronze case getting darker and patina in as it patinas, I think, it matches well. Again, it matches the strap. It's quite a common colour now for bronze watches to be brown. I think also green looks good, and I think grey, and there are 2 other colours that are available. Not so keen. I think there's a blue one. I'm not so keen on blue, but again, it is preference. And you can see from the date wheel that is brown as well to match. And that is at the 6 o'clock position, which is, I think, one of my preferred positions. And the strap itself, you can see there, look, it's quick release. So you pull that and you can see just how spot on that's on the case. And that is something that BOLDR do. And you can see BOLDR written on that. So, and again, it's got Druber. So it's again, a trademark sort of strap. And these are excellent. These, so subtle, soft, really, really high quality. And I think if you do look these up, these are quite expensive straps. And the colour, again, perfect for this. As I've already mentioned, matching the dial colour itself. I think, you can swap this off. BOLDR do sell of ones. You can swap off for a black one, etc. But I think the brown that it comes with is the one to stick with personally. And also the buckle is in matching bronze. So I just wanted to take a quick look at the bezel action. So say is in the one direction, it's diver's watch, so it won't turn back. I'm turning really nicely, and there you go. Look, we can put that with a minute hand, so we can count 5, 10, 15. 15's marked on there, 20, 25, 30, etc. So now how long we've been diving for, and we turn that back round. Turns really easily, and then it does go spot on position. There we go. So that's a 120 click all the way around. And now I'm just going to look at the loom. So if we just put that down, and let's just let me just zoom in on that one. Right, let's get the torch on it. I think give it a quick flick over with the torch, and let's have a look. And already you can see that looking really good. So let's put the lights out one by one and see what that looks like. And there we go, as you can see, really good loom. So I think this is another great watch from BOLDR. I think they produced a very capable diver watch that's got 500 meter water resistance, triple lock crown, helium escape valve. And I think also the bronze works really well for this type of watch. And given that vintage aesthetic, and obviously the patina will add to that over time as well. And I think that also they work well with the high dome sapphire crystal. And I think it's a nice touch as well. It's limited to 100 pieces, which makes it really quite unique. I really do like the bronze, and I think most collections would benefit from having a bronze watching, as a lot of collectors will mainly have steel watches. I also like the fact that because of the patina, the watch does change over time, and then that does make the watch personalised to the wearer, which reminds me of sort of like your favourite old leather jacket, how that sort of changes, gets bashed around and sort of fits you better over time. Again, with this watch, I can't find any negatives myself. I think the size of the watch might be a negative for some people, and I think that's driven a little bit by sort of social media at the minute, trends, watches seem to be getting smaller and smaller. But I think with this one, it's a diver watch, and it's 500 meter water resistance, so it's going to have a certain thickness about it, and quite a lot of that thickness is the dome bezel anyway. And I think it needs to be sort of clear, usable when you're diving and things. So I think the size is relevant to the watch, and I think it wears really well on the wrist anyway. And I think as far as the collection is concerned, it's good to have a good variety of sizes as well.